What is up? Welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. And if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up, comment, and subscribe, please. Today's video is gonna be how these bandages are on my face. So it all started on this Friday night, leading up till Saturday morning. I was playing around with my dog, and he's had an injury with his paws in the past. I don't know exactly which paw it was. This was with the previous owner. And I was playing with his paws, and my face happens to be like near his paws. I was like tapping them, like poking them, and he comes down to bite my hands, but I move my hands and gets my face. He like got my nose. So I'm like, and I push him back, and I stood over him. Am I drooling on him? Like, what's going on? And then I felt my nose wet, and I touched my nose, and I'm bleeding, and it's dripping all over my bed. So I run in the bathroom. My mom was using the bathroom, and I like bust in the bathroom. She's like, "What are you doing? What are you doing? Like, get out!" I go straight to the sink and I rinse my face, and she just sits there. She's like, "What are you doing?" I said, "Washing my face." And I was like, hand me some tissue. The whole time I'm doing that, she's thinking like I'm washing his spit from my face. She hands me tissue and she's like, let me see. Hey, what happened? Because she knew I was playing with him. She sees my nose and she sees all the blood. She's like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my gosh. Mind you, I've had my nose busted before by a baseball bat.
It's another story time.
So she's like, well, you gotta go to the hospital. And I'm like, well, we said we were gonna get pizza first, you know? Like, I'm still hungry, like, this happening to my nose, like, I don't even feel pain. I'm hungry.
She's like, really, Jordan? You're gonna stop to get pizza before you go to the hospital? Yes, I'm hungry.
On the way there, I convinced her to actually stop and get me a large pizza. Then we made our way to the hospital, and I wait in a waiting room for like 15 minutes.
Nose still bleeding.
They send me back, and they send me to this inspection room. The lady asking me about my hospital history and stuff, which I have none. I haven't been committed to a hospital or sat in a hospital for a numerous amount of days. So she asked me all these questions. She's taking my blood pulse and all this, and takes my temperature. Pretty sure it's standard, but still, like, my nose is bleeding out. You're taking my blood pressure, my heart rate. Like, what does that have to do with it? So she sends us back out, and we like wait there for 10 minutes, and they finally call my name. So I go back and see a nurse, and she inspects it, and she asks me all these questions. Is the dog in my county? And I said, yeah, it's living with me. It's my dog. I own it. And their eyes were like, what? And they asked me about the rabies shots. And mind you, the previous owner told me that the dog has had all its vaccinations because it's only a year and a half years old. So all of the vaccinations that it needs will last up to 4 years. They don't have to be renewed. So if it had its shots as a puppy, then it wouldn't need shots. Now, I was under the impression that it did. I had to fill out an incident report for them to send it to the county animal control. They were like, well, these people will be in contact with you because any incident like this has to be documented on the dog. And they were like, and you're gonna have to get your rabies shots. You said you wasn't sure. And they were like, well, I'm pretty sure the previous owner, like, if she was your friend, wouldn't lie to you about your dog getting shots. I was like, okay. And they were like, well, the rabies shots are optional. You would have to get a numerous amount. You would get 6 right now. We would have to shoot you around the incident area, and you would have to come back tomorrow to get more shots, and the next day, and then next week you'll have to come back, and then a week after that you'll have to come back, and a week after that you'll have to come back. And I said, he hasn't shown any signs. He's bit me before, but it's never like, I never needed stitches for any other injury he's caused. So I'm pretty sure he doesn't have rabies, and I won't have it either. So I'll pass on the shot. So they give me my T-shot. She's like, well, that's gonna hurt tomorrow, and your stitch is gonna hurt tomorrow. And she said, we're gonna do some x-rays, and then we're gonna numb it after you get your x-ray so we could clean it up and sew it up. So I said, okay. So she comes to do the sewing, and I haven't went to my x-rays yet. So it's like one something in the morning, and the lady comes and to do my x-ray. I'm walking with her. She comes with a wheelchair. I'm like, do I really need to sit in that? And she said, I just brought it because I came coming from another patient's room. I was like, oh, I can walk. You don't need to push me. I mean, it would be nice if you could push me, but she was a small lady, so I wasn't gonna force her. Walk, and she's talking and she's cracking jokes back in the x-ray room, and she's asking me how old was I, and I said 19. She said, oh, so have you graduated? I was like, yeah, I graduated. So she said, oh, so what school you go to? I said, I'm not in school. I'm taking a break. I'm taking a break from school right now. But I said I am going to DCCC, which is the community college here. And she said, oh, what classes are you taking? And I was like, well, I want to take criminal justice and psychology, theater and stuff. And she's like, she laughed and was like, do you watch Criminal Minds? I was like, yeah. She's like, yeah, you could be on the BAU.
Giggled.
Okay, so she's short, way, like she's like 5 foot, and I'm like 5'11", so there's a gigantic height difference. And she's like down there near the ground, and she has an x-ray down there, and she's showing me how to do it. I was like, okay, well, I have to squat to do that? And she's like, no, it raises up. So she's like, okay, loosen up. And I'm thinking she means, okay, I must look stiff, so she means loosen up, and she kept repeating herself. And then she's like, you could stop. I was like, is that what you meant? She's like, yeah. I was like, oh, this is completely different from the dentist. I had to take 3 x-rays. Comes the second x-ray, I pretty much got it. Third x-ray, she's like, okay, loosen up, stop. I was like, oh, okay. She said, you're making this so awkward. And she giggles, and I laugh. And so we're walking back, and we're talking about like how long she's worked at the hospital. So we're walking back, and we're talking about how long she's worked at the hospital, and we get to the room, and we're like, okay, bye.
I hope you find a